Today in this special interview, I have a special guest. There are lots of evocative memories to talk about him, this legendary cricketer. My first memory dates back to the Australia Cup in 1994. India were taking on Australia in the semi-final. This bowler extracted bounce from a flat Sharjah pitch. Tendulkar tried to, play the short arm pull, and the leading edge went over Justin Langer's head, the wicketkeeper for the tournament. Obviously, this turns out to be a footnote in this great cricketer's career. So, without wasting any time, let me welcome Glenn McGrath. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you. Good to be here.
To start with, let us look at your long association with the MRF Pace Foundation. It's a great initiative. Obviously, it's a great initiative, and you also took over the mantle of mentoring young Indian fast bowlers from none other than Dennis Lillee.
Yeah, no, I really look forward to my time here. I've been coming for the last 14 years. As you said, took over from Dennis. And MRF Pace Foundation was set up to find fast bowlers. Back when it was set up, 39 years ago, India had a shortage of fast bowlers, and that's why it was originally set up. Since then, a lot of fast bowlers have come through MRF Pace Foundation. And you look at Indian fast bowlers now, they're as good as anyone in the world. So that was the reason why it was developed. And now working with the next generation of young fast bowlers is something I enjoy, just working with them on technique, but also on mindset and attitude, bowling consistently, looking to how to take wickets, to stay strong, to stay fit. So everything to do with fast bowling. I come over here 6 weeks a year, and just seeing the boys develop from when I'm here in March to August is very rewarding.
Is there any young Indian fast bowler to look out for from the MRF Pace Foundation? It could be more than just one. It could be 2 or 3 as well.
There's quite a few coming through. We've got Abhishek Moon. There's Ashutosh. There's Wrinkle. There's I could go through the whole list of bowlers, and Vasudev. There's sort of young guys that haven't really played much first-class cricket, if any. So the plan is to get them playing first-class cricket and hopefully up to India. IPL cricket is another one that a lot of boys strive for. So all the boys that are here at the moment are quality bowlers. They've all improved, and they all have the ability to play the next level, and now it's up to them.
There is one more student, MRF Pace Foundation student, that I have to touch upon, and that is Prasid Krishna. Prasid Krishna, you're praised about his bowling. He's taken 50 wickets in 28 ODIs. He's taken, 25 wickets in 6-7 test matches. But there's also school of thought that he goes for plenty of runs, leaks a lot of runs. So is there any area that he needs to work on, any area of concern?
No, Prasid is, I'm a big fan of Prasid. I've been impressed with the way he's bowling. He's still got a little bit of work to do, just get that right length and work out how to sort of tie batsmen up a little bit. It's sort of a balance between what does the captain, what does the team want, what is the team plan, to actually what are you trying to do yourself. And, as you go through the team and, the captain has more faith in the younger bowlers coming through, they're allowed to bowl to their own plans or to the team plans and set the field. So it comes back to control. Prasid's he's tall, hits the deck very well, gets good bounce, good carry. Sometimes he's used as an enforcer, so to bowl short stuff to unsettle them. It's working out what your role is in the team and then bowling with control. And the secret to taking wickets is, building pressure on the batsman, not letting him get any easy runs, and go from there. So I think Prasid will develop more and more the more he plays. He's already had some really good results, there's always still a bit more work to do.
Let us shift our focus to India's pace period, Jasprit Bumrah. Yes, there's no doubt about his greatness, as we know that. But he has suffered some back problems, back injuries. Recently has picked up another injury. So in that sense, how do you look at his future while playing across formats of the game? Obviously, he's not getting any younger. Also, a little bit about the biomechanics or the bowling methods of Bumrah, if you can just explain in a few words.
Yeah, so one of the main things we work on here at the MRF Pace Foundation is strength. To be a fast bowler, you've got to be strong enough to get through the stresses of bowling fast. And it's that balancing act because running and bowling are two things to deplete your strength. So as you get through the season, your strength levels just drop off a bit. And when they get a little bit lower than the stresses of fast bowling, that's when injury becomes an issue. So yeah, we work on building the strength of the boys so that they can maintain that and maintain strength through the season. Issues for guys like Jasprit and other Indian bowlers and other bowlers around the world is the fact that the season continues. There's a lot of cricket played all year round, and there's no off-season to put that strength back into your body. Someone like Jasprit Bumrah is a little bit different to a lot of other fast bowlers where he's got a very unique run-up and bowling action. He's one of the best bowlers, easily one of the best bowlers in the world. He's just his mindset, his attitude, the way he goes about it is absolutely brilliant. But his technique, and as I said, is a little bit different. You may not teach that to other young bowlers because it's very unique to him. He's got a short run-up, builds up pace, and the last two steps really powers into that crease and goes through the crease. He's got a little bit of hyperextension in his arm and a great sort of wrist, and that's how he generates extra pace, those last two steps in his bowling action, and he's brilliant. But that action does place a lot of stress on your body, so he has to work even harder just to keep that strength level up. But the problem is there's not too much of a break, an off season to get fit and strong again. So they're the challenges face any fast bowler, and that's one thing we really focus on here at the Pace Foundation.
In that sense, let's continue on this subject about Indian fast bowlers and look at some other young bowlers like Mayank Yadav, who recently played during the Tour of Zimbabwe. There is Gurnur Barar as well, who is a part of the Indian setup. There could be a few more from the MRF Pace Foundation as well. So in that sense, if you can share a few words about upcoming Indian fast bowlers.
They're sort of coming through here, and it's just about getting that, moving up the level. The main difference is not skill. They all have that skill, but it's up here. It's a mindset, it's the attitude, it's being able to adapt to different conditions, know what to bowl. So, yeah, all those bowlers you mentioned have all got that potential, but it's just getting out there and doing the business and getting that experience and working as a team. So we always say batsmen work together in partnerships. Fast bowlers need to work in partnerships as well. So work, from one end to the other, working together, keeping pressure, and that's how you take wickets. So, yeah, all those guys that you've mentioned have the skill to be successful, but it's just getting out there now, doing it, and having that self-belief. So it's the mental side of the game, which is now they need to focus on.
Let us also touch upon the mental makeup of a fast bowler. Yes, coaches at a junior level might talk about maybe skill sets like extracting bounce. It could be about swing. These days we also talk about wobble seam. But how important it is for a young fast bowler or for a fast bowler to be mentally strong, especially when you consider modern day limited overs cricket.
Oh, it's incredibly important, the mental side of the game. And I always say anyone playing first class cricket as a bowler has the skill to play for their country, without a doubt. The difference is the mental strength. Good bowlers have skill, great bowlers have mental strength on top of it. So it's just all those little things, the routines, the disciplines, the things that get you in the right mindset, self-belief, and then learning as you go along, backing yourself to try something, and then learn from that. Did that work? Did it not? So in the same situation next time, what am I going to try? So consistently learning, having that control and belief in your bowling action and where you can bowl. And yeah, it's just constantly learning. But self-belief, being able to adapt to different conditions, to work out the conditions, whether it's a fast pitch, whether it's a slow pitch, whether there's grass, whether it's just dirt. There's all these things come into factors that you have to analyse very quickly. And when you're out there bowling that first over, you need to work out the batsman in that first over. Is he front foot? Is he back foot? All these things come into play. And the great bowlers work that out very quickly. They have strength, they have adaptability, and that mental strength which will hold them in good stead through their career.
As a subset to it, let us also touch upon the world of IPL, or I might call the harsh world of IPL for the bowlers. In the context that we are seeing scores like 250, 260, 230, 220. So, in an imaginary scenario, please put yourself in the shoes of a bowler, fast bowler, and visualize how you can go about your business in the world of IPL. Maybe you could be playing in the 2027 IPL. Obviously, everything is in an imaginary scenario here.
Yeah, it's getting tougher for fast bowlers, isn't it? Batsmen, the game's set up they want to see big runs, they want to see sixes, they want to see boundaries, and the poor old bowler is getting tougher. The pitches are getting flatter, the grounds are roped in, the rules are designed to help the batsmen. So, bowlers have to adapt. You see batsmen innovate with new shots. Bowlers have to really work hard, and it still comes back to control. Bowling the ball where you want to bowl it. If you have that control, you can start setting fields and bowl to your field. If you don't have that control, you run in and bowl, you bowl one here, you bowl a slower ball, you bowl something else. The batsman can hit you to any part of the field. And what I've learnt watching over the last few years, your best bowlers still, Jasprit, Bumrah, Josh Hazlewood are two guys that really stand out. And what they do well is they bowl good test match length, hit the pitch top of off stop just outside, and they actually can build pressure. And, you make batsmen play good shots to good balls. And that to me is surprising that the length ball is still very effective in T20 cricket. So, I think bowlers just need to adapt, better control, have 3 or 4 slower balls, have backup balls, all these things come into play. They have to, it's time now for the bowlers to increase their skill level and match the batsman. So, it's tough. T20s are set up for batsmen to play the big shots, and scores of 250 plus, were unheard of when it first started. Bowlers have to adapt and move with the times.
If you don't mind, let's shift our focus to your glittering career. Just a few questions. To start with, let us touch upon your first test wicket. That was of Margaret Patch in 1993. So, any memories, any evocative memories from that test match?
To be selected for your first test match is always very special. In Australia, the baggy green is a symbol of test cricket, and everyone strives to don the baggy green. So, for me to get my first one and then to bowl to New Zealand, pick up a wicket in my first few overs, Mark Greatbatch, left-handed opening batsman, just pitch went across him, he edged it, caught behind by Ian Healy. Again, that's a very special feeling. Your first test wicket, they can't take that away from you. So, those memories are still very important.
Just a year later, there was a dip in your form. I think that it was the Gabba test where you didn't bowl well. Then you made a comeback for the Perth test. Then there was that iconic test series in the West Indies where you spearheaded the attack with Australia missing out on a couple of their main pacers. So how do you look back at this turning point one of your turning points in your career?
So I went off to the West Indies in 95, and I guess it was a tour where I was asked to step up. We had Craig McDermott, Damien Fleming, who were probably our 2 main bowlers at that time, were injured. Went home, we had a young bowling attack, and I was asked to lead the attack, and I guess I enjoyed that challenge, and that's what I wanted to do. That first test in Barbados, I picked up my first 5-wicket haul. I got the great Brian Lara edged, caught behind for the first time, and won my first man of the match. And those things, I think the first fifer you feel like you're contributing to the team, and that gave me a lot of confidence. Went through that, cemented my place in the team, and went from there. So the West Indies tour, even before that, the Ashes 94, 95, as you mentioned, that was a big lead up to me cementing my place in the team, and then it went from there.
As you touched upon Brian Lara, just asking this question. So, is there any dismissal of Brian Lara that you look back with a lot of fondness? It could be even a couple of dismissals where you thought that it went as per how you visualized or kind of how you planned. It could be the 99 World Cup dismissal where you cleaned him up. It could be the Perth Test, or it could be some other dismissal as well.
Yeah, I love bowling to the guys who are class the best. Brian Lara, Sachin Tendulkar, Dravid, VVS Lakshman, those guys around the world. But Brian and Sachin were the two I love the most. And to get Brian out, the first time I got him out, as I said, in Barbados, edge caught behind. That was a special one. But 99 World Cup, Australia were in a position where they had to win every single game to make the final. And I bowled one, Brian, played straight. It just did enough off the pitch to miss the edge of the bat and hit the top of off stump. So those dismissals are very special. And that's one I remember. And the second one is my 300th wicket was Brian Lara, first ball, edged one, caught it sort of gully, full slip gully area. And that was a middle wicket of my hat trick.
For India's best multi-sports coverage, your platform is one, and that's Revsportz. So like, share, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. I think by now you know that we will be everywhere in different parts of the world and bring you on-ground reportage. As I said, your best multi-sports coverage on Revsportz, your favorite destination.